Hey there yogis, how are ya? My name is Crystal Gray. I'm the creator of the Yoga Goddess Academy. I lead yoga teacher trainings and yoga retreats. Today I'll be sharing a flow with you that will really help you to release anxiety as well as stress and overwhelm. I've heard from a lot of the people in my community that this is something really big that they're struggling with a lot. And I know in my life it is something that I struggle with as well. And whenever I am struggling with this, a good way to start to bring myself down, kind of from having anxiety or a panic attack, is to get grounded. And a good way to do that is to be focused in the present moment. So in today's practice, I'll give you some of my favorite poses that really help me to feel grounded and focused in the present moment. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. For the practice, you can grab 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have these, feel free to grab just a couple pillows. That's fine, either from your couch or from your bed. And then a yoga bolster or a rolled up yoga mat. You can just use the mat that you're practicing on. We'll only do this at the very end, so don't feel like you have to have an extra prop there. All right, yogi, please meet me at the top of your mat. Enjoy this flow and let me know after you get done in the comments how it made you feel and what your favorite pose was. All right, have a great practice. Namaste. All right, yogi, for today's practice, let's start up at the front of the mat in Tadasana or standing mountain pose. Bring your big toes together to touch if that feels comfortable, or separate your feet about 2 inches apart. Lift the toes, spread them apart, and ground down into the earth. Make sure not to hyperextend the knees, so just a gentle squeeze in the quads should help to take that out. Neutral pelvis, that means front hip bones level to the back hip bones, so the booty's not popping out, tailbone's not tucking under. Reach the rib cage up away from the pelvis, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Chin parallel to the ground. And take a couple cleansing breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just letting go of anything that's been on your mind today. Just let it go. Anytime throughout your practice today, if you feel something bubbling up to the surface or something comes back to your mind, just let it go with that open mouth exhale or sigh. Now from here, start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Now if your nose is plugged up, then you can breathe however you need to, but otherwise try to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Drawing the lower belly very gently in and up, and as you inhale, expand the low ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, upper ribs, mid ribs, low ribs. The breath is so important in a yoga practice, especially when we're trying to release anxiety, stress, overwhelm, things like that. So it's really important to take deep breaths here. Not so deep that you're causing strain, just deeper than maybe what your normal breath is, so that you can make sure you're getting as much oxygen in as possible. That can really help your body and your mind, your emotional state to relax. All right, so on your next exhale, ground down into all 4 corners of the feet. And together here, inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, fold, feel free to bend the knees so that you can tip the pelvis a little bit more. Let the arms and head hang. Now you don't need to touch the ground here. You might, but you don't have to. Inhale, come halfway up to a monkey pose, flat back, hands on the shins or the ground. Exhale, fold over the legs. Push down into the earth with the feet. Look out in front of you. Inhale, rise up with a flat back. Circle the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, let's bring the hands down through center today. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold, tip the pelvis. Inhale, halfway up to monkey pose. Chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Ground down into the earth, look out in front of you, lead with the back of the head as you inhale, rise up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath here. Find your gazing point. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, tip the pelvis. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold, doing what feels good, not trying to go where I'm going. Inhale, rise all the way up. There's no such thing as a perfect pose. Exhale, hands to the heart. And breathe here. So like I was saying, there's no such thing as a perfect pose. You don't want your yoga practice to be causing you stress. So you go to where you feel sensation in the pose and in your body. You're not trying to get some sort of unattainable, ideal pose. So just do what feels good for you. The goal is to feel sensation. And breathe here. Grounding down into all four corners of the feet. Really focus on rooting down, connecting to Earth's grounding energy, and just drawing that back up through the feet. Come up with an affirmation for your practice today that would help you to feel more calm, more relaxed, more at peace. What do you need to feel today? So if it's calm, it could be I am on your inhale. Exhale, calm. Maybe you want to feel grounded. Maybe that would help you. Maybe at peace. Whatever resonates with you. Say that a couple rounds with the breath. Okay, awesome. Now take a wide stance. Bring your hands to your hips. Separate the feet. Now bring your arms out to your sides. Point the fingers down. So now you want the outside edges of the feet right below the fingertips. Bring your hands to your hips. Now from here, turn your right foot out. Have your right heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Turn the back toes in slightly. Bend into the right knee, making sure the right knee doesn't go past the ankle. Keep it right on top of the ankle, and then pull the back hip as far as you can go without the knee turning in. So from the belly button or the navel, which is about 4 fingers below the belly button, from there down, you're really grounding down into Earth's energy, drawing that energy back up so you can feel stable, safe, secure. Arms up and parallel to the ground. Gaze out through the right middle finger. And breathe here. Navel down, ground down, navel up, reach up. Reach the back of the crown of the head up. Rooting down so you can rise up stronger. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, reach out over the right leg and bring the right hand to above the knee or right below the knee onto the shin. Roll the top shoulder back. You're in a straight line here, so make sure your spine isn't rounded, and only bring the right hand down as far as you can go without hunching over, so keep the chest open. Now, if you have a block handy, you could place a hand on a block, otherwise just keep it on the leg. Top hand on the hip or up, and breathe here. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Now, if you really want to learn the names of these poses, I highly recommend that you say the names of the poses as you're practicing, because otherwise they'll just go in one ear and out the other. Ground down into the foot. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, let the arms float down. I'll go over the names again. Turn the right foot in, left foot out. Left heel now in line with the arch of the back foot turned in slightly. Bend into the left knee so that the knee ends up right on top of the ankle. Keep it there. Pull the back hip open as far as you can go without the knee turning in. From the navel down, ground down, and pull Earth's energy up, grounding energy. Arms up parallel to the ground. Gaze out through the left middle finger and breathe here. Smile. If possible, it'll really help to uplift your energy. Notice how that energy changes. From the navel down, ground, navel up, reach up, lengthen. This is Virabhadrasana 2. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Now inhale, straighten the left leg, but don't lock it. Exhale, reach out over the leg. Bring the left hand down to either above the knee or right below the knee. In a straight line here with the spine, top hand can go up, reaching up towards the sky. Breathe here, Trikonasana, triangle pose, Trikonasana. And breathe, find your gazing point. Again, feel free to exhale through the mouth at any time and come back to your affirmation. Staying focused, not letting your mind wander to anything that'll make you feel less than calm or balanced or grounded or safe. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, let the arms float down, turn the foot in. Hands to the hips. Inhale, big shoulder roll. Make sure the outside edges of the feet are parallel. Exhale, fold. Hands to the shins or the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold. Plug the shoulders in. Let the head hang. Breathe here. Bend the knees a little bit if you need to get a little bit more movement in the pelvis. You want the tailbone to be like it's pointing up towards the sky. That'll help to keep the back nice and long, especially the low back. Spending time here, taking some breaths. Your head does not need to be near the ground like mine is. Remember, this is my job. I do it a lot. These forward folds can be really calming as long as you're comfortable. You can always place your hands on blocks if you're kind of dangling a little bit too far from the ground. Bring your hands back under the shoulders. Inhale, monkey pose, flat back. Bend your knees a little bit. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, slowly rise up. And exhale, heel toe your feet towards each other. Bring the feet together, coming to Tadasana. Standing mountain pose. Come back to your breath, back to your affirmation. Very good. Now ground down as you exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees as needed. Inhale, halfway monkey. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Exhale, step back to the hands and knees. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. As you inhale, start to look out in front of you. Draw the chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, round the back, chin to the chest. Inhale, look out, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the back. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, look out, coming into an arch. I know that might seem backwards. Exhale, round. Inhale, look out. This is called cat-cow. This one's cat-cow. This one's cat. Exhale, round. And come back to neutral. Now let's move into a pose called puppy dog pose or anahata pose. Anahata means heart chakra. So it's really good for the heart area. And sometimes whenever we're having anxiety, it could be stemming from the heart chakra, could be coming from the root chakra, really anywhere where we feel an imbalance, but especially those two. So from here, just reach your arms out. Now keep your hips above your knees. Try not to reach forward with the hips or let the hips come back. Hips right above the knees. Let the forearms come down. That's fine. Forehead down to the mat. Now key here, we're trying to really melt the upper back. So as you inhale, just breathe deeply. Exhale, melt the upper back and chest. Taking some breaths here. Engage your abs slowly, come up to the hands and knees. And bring your knees as wide as your mat. Big toes can touch. Bring your hips back towards your heels. Bring the forehead down to the mat, or you could stack your fists and place your forehead onto the top fist. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders. And breathe here in a puppy dog child's pose. So this is a modified variation of child's pose with the knees apart. A lot of times it's more comfortable for people's bellies here, though the knees together option is also a really good option, especially if you're wanting to create more lung capacity. But if you're already having anxiety, this might be a better option so that you can really breathe deeply. Let the face relax, the forehead, the eyes, and the jaw. And then slowly make your way to your hands and knees. Swing your feet around, coming to easy seated pose or Sukhasana. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. You want a neutral pelvis here. So you don't want the tailbone tucking under, the booty sticking out. Feel free to sit up on something as needed. Reach the back of the crown of the head up towards the sky. Close your eyes. Have your palms down on your knees. Breathe here. Relax the face, come back to your affirmation. Inhale, I am. Exhale, your chosen word. Repeat that a few more rounds. Deep breaths. Remember, as you inhale, expand low ribs and mid ribs, upper ribs, front, back, and sides. Exhale, upper, mid, lower. And then lower your head slightly, blink your eyes open, and lift your head. All right, so we'll end today's practice in one of my favorite poses. It's called Supta Baddha Konasana, or supine bound angle, sometimes called reclined cobbler's pose. All right, so what you can do is grab an extra mat or the mat that you're on and roll that up. You could also use a yoga bolster. I'll just grab this other mat that I have here. Place that behind you, so at the back of your mat. Now you want to come to seated right in front of that rolled up mat about 2 or 3 inches. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees come out to the side. Now take your blocks and place your blocks under where your knees are naturally falling. So I'm not going to put the blocks like this where the knees are up really high. Let the knees come down as far as they can comfortably. We're not really trying to feel a stretch here. We're doing more of a restorative pose so we can really soften and relax. Now as you lay back, bring your hands back, lift your hips and tuck your tailbone so you're laying back without your booty sticking out, which would compress the low back. Come all the way back. Make sure your head's supported on something. Make sure you're comfortable. Do what you need to do. Place one hand on the belly, one hand on the diaphragm, so right below the rib cage, or right below the sternum. Close your eyes. Take a couple cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, just letting go of anything that's been on your mind, and especially anything that you worked up to the surface in your practice. You don't have to be aware of what that is, but just letting it go, having that intention to let go. As you do this, move through the body, letting go of any tension you're feeling. Forehead, eyes, eyebrows, cheeks, jaw, tongue, throat, shoulders, upper back, chest, arms, belly, pelvis, hips, legs and feet. And let the ground carry your body weight and breathe here. When a thought comes into your mind, acknowledge it and let it go. Just enjoy these last few moments of silence here. Deepening your breath. Slowly move your block from your right under your right knee and roll onto your right hand side, using your right arm for a pillow. Take a couple breaths here. Feel your lungs and ribs expand in every direction, the front and back and sides. With the strength of your arms, slowly push yourself up to seated. Let your head be the last thing to come up, crossing the legs, easy seated pose. Put your non-dominant leg in front and pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. Eyes closed, breathe here. And notice how you're feeling now after your practice. Compare how you were feeling before to how you're feeling now. And circle your hands together in front of your heart into prayer. And just take this time to thank yourself for coming to your mat today, for doing something so good for your body, your mind, and your spirit, and for showing yourself that you matter. You deserve to take a little bit of time out of your day to focus on you, on your well-being. The energy within me acknowledges the energy within you, and I thank you so, so much for letting me guide you through this practice today. Go ahead and bow your head. Namaste.